All right, this is a shoe I want to make. It is called the Jells shoe. This is based on a find in Denmark, I believe, and it is a very simple U-shaped shoe. I like the shape on the right, but I like the heel shaping on the left, so I'll use a blend of the two shoe styles. And this one's based on a Bronze Age find. This is the book I'm using for my example. Archaeological Footwear is a wonderful resource. So here I'm just using a piece of sort of linen cotton canvas to cut out the shape that I need. It's a very simple U shape, and here I'm just sort of refining and draping this over my foot, trimming to fit my foot better, and cutting that little wedge shape out of the heel here in a moment. I love the way this pleats. It's such a nice, simple design. There's that little wedge shape, and I'm just going to trim off the fuzzies. I'm going to be using a 6-ounce vegetable tan leather. Just cutting it out with a pair of leather shears. The accent piece was made out of a deer hide, I believe, with the fur on the inside of the shoe to make it comfy. And here, in just a second, you can see my thong that I cut from a circular piece of leather. Now I'm ready to start punching holes and creating the shoes by lacing them up. Instead of using an awl and a sewing thread, I'm using this leather thong. Here I need to mark my holes that I'm going to use an awl to open up. I'm not going to punch holes. I'm going to use an awl instead. And I'm just making sure this is going to actually work on my foot, and I am marking where I want to have the lacing holes at the top of the foot. And here I'm just marking the holes that I need for the pleated toe box. And now I'm cutting the holes and using an awl to make the holes for the lace and lacing it up according to what the picture looks like in the book. I apologize for this super fast video, but it takes a while to get this laced up. Here you can see that I have wetted the shoe. I've just put it under running water to make it nice and wet, and then I'm going to finish lacing up and pulling those laces tight. Now I'm going to be wrapping the lace underneath my foot a couple of times and around my ankles, like the extant one was likely worn. And then that is that shoe. I'm going to let it dry on my foot a little bit. I also use a hairdryer to dry. Here you can see my stitching method. It's literally a running stitch, up and down and up again. Very simply made, just like the extant one. So I have the right shoe laced up. I just wanted to show you how I did this. So this has been laced through in a spiral around, starting here and moving around the shoe. And then underneath is where the other end of the lace is. I'm going to wrap this over the top of my foot and then under my foot and then around my ankles. Just have to wrangle the lace here. So that's wrapped a couple of times, and then I can wrap it around my ankle so you can see how that is worn in place. So that is how it is worn. Alright, and then the final step will be to seal this with a beeswax and bacon grease or tallow blend. This will help them be waterproof.